is whether or not to legalize medical marijuana. It's very controversial. There are many, many different opinions about this. There's some misinformation, some misunderstanding. Early voting has already begun. How many of you have already voted? Wow. All right, so that looks like more than half. So you're here to share your opinions for those who are not here and to share it with those who have not voted. We are online. We will also getting coverage, obviously, from other media. And both sides have stated their reasons for why it should be legalized and why it shouldn't. And the latest information shows it's sort of split down to half in terms of the polls. Our editorial stance with the news press has been to oppose Amendment 2 because we feel it's too broad. That's our opinion, and we welcome all opinions. That's what we do, is we bring people together to share diverse views because all views are important, and weighing all views will help you make the best decision. So tonight, we're thrilled again to help you make an informed decision for those who haven't, and to hear from these terrific panelists, 3 who are for and 3 who are against. And our moderator will be the News Press investigative reporter, Mary Wozniak, who's been working with the Gannett Company, the parent company for the News Press, for 27 years, with 20 of them here at the News Press in Fort Myers. And she is going to do a great job tonight in a town hall format that she's going to talk to you about. So again, welcome, have a good evening, and we look forward to a great, productive conversation. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Mimi, very much for those opening remarks. I'll go right into the format here. We want to help you make an informed decision, and we have 6 panelists, 3 for and 3 against. I'll introduce them. They will each have 2 minutes to speak. Then we'll start asking questions. The questions come from the audience, and they are hopefully printed on index cards that you have passed to one of our editors here who have been wandering the room. And again, hopefully you will print them because it might be hard to read in cursive. And we'll get through as many as possible. As I said, they're going to be tweeted in and also emailed in. And if a question is put to a particular panelist, I will ask that panelist and then choose someone from the other side for rebuttal. It's got to be done that way because we can't have 6 people answering every question. We'll get only through 1 or 2 or 3. So, passions are high on both sides. The goal is to be as civil and orderly as possible to make the most of these 90 minutes. And I will begin with the introductions. First, we have Kathy Jordan, a patient with Lou Gehrig's disease who has used medical marijuana for about 20 years. After a Florida legislator put her name on a bill to legalize marijuana, police raided her home. She was never charged with anything, and the bill died in the legislature. In the middle, we had Denise Glass, a nurse representing the Service Employees International Union, which has thousands of healthcare workers as members, both active and retired. The union is for Amendment 2. Then we have John Morgan, chairman of People United for Medical Marijuana. He is the face, the voice, and the major funder behind the United for Care campaign. On the against side, we have Dr. Jonathan Deitch, an interventional pain physician and member of the Lee County Medical Society. The Florida Medical Association is against Amendment 2. We have Sheriff Bill Promell of Charlotte County. He's a member of the Florida Sheriff's Association, and the Sheriff's Association leads a coalition of organizations called Don't Let Florida Go to Pot. Jessica Spencer, excuse me, is the state coordinator for Vote No on 2. She's worked for 17 years in drug education, prevention, detox, treatment, and drug court. She took a leave of absence from her job as project director for the Substance Abuse Coalition in Manatee County to spread the message. I'll begin with the questions. Okay. Has anyone died of marijuana use as they have with tobacco and alcohol? Dr. Dage? Oh, wait a minute. I totally apologize. I was so eager to start with the questions, I forgot to let you introduce yourselves. Kathy, could you go first, please?
Your statement or?
That's a lot of animal funding. That's a lot of that. For 18 years, I have tried to live in raw cannabis and use it as my medicine. Not until my hand was burning. The line that it said we use medical necessity to pay. Even now, it's up to the individual officer to arrest me if I meditate outside of my home.
This is not political for me. This is life or death. For 18 years I have tried to legally grow cannabis and use it as my medicine. Not until my home was raided did I get to use my medical necessity defense. Not now. Defense. Even now, it's up to the individual officer to arrest me if I medicate outside my home.
I was granted medical necessity because I have been building my case on cannabis for over 20 years, which is quite remarkable because I was only given 3 to 5 to live. I have been to 4 universities and I have had over 30 hours examining me, and not one of them has told me to stop yet.
I was granted medical necessity because I have been building my case on cannabis for 20 years. I have been to 4 universities and have had over 30 neurologists, and not has one told me to stop yet. I have gone, okay, I'm sorry.
I have gone to doctors wanting to put me in a mental ward, so now doctors call me and ask me about using cannabis on ALS patients. They ask me questions. I know cannabis can stop the progression of this disease.
I've gone from doctors wanting to put me in a mental ward to now doctors calling me and asking me questions. I know cannabis can stop the progression of this disease. I
have bet my life on the belief that research will one day, there will be some research one day, and I am supposed to make this speech about me, but I can't talk about me because I'm more concerned with the other patients with ALS that didn't have the way to use them. What makes me so special? Why am I allowed to be the only patient that can grow cannabis and use it in the state of Florida? This is ridiculous. Anyone with ALS should be able to get this.
Thank you, Kathy. Again, please, for our speakers, the time is 2 minutes. We have an editor here, Tom Hayden, who will be holding up when you have 30 seconds and then when you're done. So we ask you to please keep to that limit because there's a lot to hear about today. So Denise Glass.
that would be me. If any of you took the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, this is the patient that you took the challenge for. You can see it is very challenging. My name is Denise Glass. I'm a registered nurse with 23 years experience in critical care at Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami. They mentioned I was a member of the union, but that's not why I'm here today. I'm really here as a patient advocate. That's what I've dedicated my life to. As a registered nurse, my primary nursing responsibilities is to promote health, prevent illness, and alleviate suffering by using the fundamental principles of compassion and respect. One of my key roles is to act as a patient advocate, a voice for my patients. Access to medical cannabis was first called for by nurses in 1994, and in 2003, the American Nurses Association overwhelmingly passed a strong resolution supporting patient access to cannabis, as well as the education of RNs on evidence-based research of the efficacy of cannabis as medicine. With the discovery of the endocannabinoid system, it is becoming clear why cannabis can be used to treat the life-altering symptoms of debilitating illnesses, as well as a potential cure and possibly prevention of cancer within a wide margin of safety. When a human is diagnosed with a debilitating illness, there is no opportunity to accept it or reject it. It is there. You have the diagnosis from a physician. But the opportunity patients do not have under the care of a doctor is what treatments they will use to either cure the disease and treat the symptoms. On this day, where patients are encouraged to fully engage in their care, we as healthcare advocates must ensure that if a cure or treatment such as medical cannabis is efficacious, then we have a duty and a responsibility to advocate for patient access to those treatments, so they may achieve the best quality of...
Thank you.
I take orders very well.
Mr. Morgan?
Well, I'd just like to start by saying, if you've been injured in an automobile accident, or on the job, or have been brutalized by the Charlotte County Police. Just joking. Listen, this is about money. This is about money. The reason we are here is because it didn't get done in Tallahassee. The reason it didn't get done in Tallahassee is because legislators are bought and paid for by special interests. The makers of OxyContin, Darvocet, Percocet. Dr. Date's got a pain clinic. This will put him out of business. There's people going around the country speaking, being paid to speak against this, being paid. Sheriff's offices make a fortune on forfeiture and seizing assets. This is about money. The arguments are lies. They talk about caregivers being drug dealers. Does Bob Jordan look like a drug dealer? No, he's a caregiver. He's a husband. They talk about children getting their hands on the drugs. If you want to get your hands on drugs, just go to any Charlotte County high school and you can get all the marijuana you want tomorrow. The drugs are there. They tell us this because they want to scare you. This is about money. This amendment's not perfect, so news press. I will grant you that. It would be much better to be done legislatively. But it's never going to be done legislatively as long as money's in the system. As long as the makers of OxyContin make billions of dollars. As long as Dr. Days makes millions and millions of dollars shooting people up. It's never going to be legal. This is not perfect, but this is right. And if you think it's ever going to happen in Tallahassee, then vote no. If you don't think it's ever going to happen in Tallahassee, then vote yes. Vote for Kathy Jordan.